and welcome to episode 35 of Not Quite Nerds. I'm not going to say it. On this week's episodes, we're not doing two, we're doing one. I'm just saying, or maybe it'll go so long, it'll end up being two, who knows.
You miss us so much that you want to.
That's exactly what it is. Yeah. And that's pretty much how your Saturday night goes. Anyway, we'll discuss where Mallory's at in Mallory's Marvel Madness. Me and Luch, anyway, are going to have a check-in on Dee Dee, on Matt Murdock, and we're going to have a couple of live reactions to some trailers, and then Mallory's got an opinion on the Burbs that she's going to share with us.
Do I?
Well, apparently. You said you've watched it and you thought it was a dark comedy, so I've added it to the running order. So
it's in the running order.
You have it. You have.
All right, I'll share.
You have an opinion.
I mean,
I do have an opinion.
You said it in the pre-production meeting, and so I added it. That was it. Simple as.
Okay. All right. I'll save my opinion. The opinion that you guys already know.
Well, that's okay.
That's okay. So on that note, Mallory, where are we in the Marvelous Madness?
I don't know. Where did I leave off?
So we left off. That's a great question. So
where did I leave off?
We left off with you, I think, had one or two more episodes left of the Runaways season 3.
Mm-hmm. So I did not talk about that last time.
You did not talk about that last time, no, because you hadn't finished it yet. But I do think you mentioned that you were enjoying it, though. But
did. Okay, so I finished Runaways season 3.
Mm-hmm.
I watched Dark Phoenix. I watched Avengers Endgame. And I watched the Black Widow credit scene.
Okay.
And I have started watching Loki. But I'll tell you guys, you know my feelings on Loki. It is taking me a lot longer to watch it than I would have anticipated. Because I don't want it to end. Because I hate things that end. And I know I have to do it for the boys. But I can't make myself do it. So I'll do it for next week. But I want you guys to know how much it's hurting me to have to end.
That's fair. I mean, but you do have, this is season 1, so you still have another.
And then right after.
Oh, then right after it's season 2. Okay, fair play.
Yeah.
Fair play. All right.
I think if there was more separation between them, I'd be watching them normally, or at least be watching season 1 normally, but it's fine.
Okay.
It's fine. Okay, so let's talk about what I did watch.
Yeah, what I wanted to say is, first and foremost, I'm really interested to find out how Dark Phoenix back-to-back with Endgame goes.
That's a really good show.
One of the worst ever and one of the best ever. I mean, but we'll get there.
This is
Runaway season 3.
Okay, so I won't give you guys my opinion because I'm gonna say it's not a hot take, but I think it's a different, similar opinion. But I think you guys are gonna like my opinion better than your current opinion.
Different, similar opinion.
It'll make sense when we get there.
Okay.
You're difficult to work with.
I'm already confused, so keep going.
All right, we'll start with the Runaways. Runaways season 3. I think still great. I don't think it was as good as the other 2, but still really good. Cloak and Dagger guys showed up. I loved them in season 3. Wow. I think the writing was better.
Because you hated them in Cloak and Dagger.
I hated them in Cloak and Dagger. I think they made sense, and I also think that they helped to advance the other story.
Okay.
So they helped the kids understand themselves better.
Okay.
Now, Cloak and Dagger, they're older. They're like, what, in their 20s or something? These are kids.
I think they're all teenagers.
Okay, they're all teenagers.
I think they're late teenagers versus like high school teenagers.
Yeah, I was going to say Cloak and Dagger. They're in high school, are they not? At the end, last year of high school or something.
Oh yeah, he's in high school.
Yeah, and whereas they're in high school, but then not quite the last year of high school with the others, right? With Runaways.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we had a little bit of a time jump. There was some deaths. It was good, and then it ended on a cliffhanger that I'm devastated we'll never have an answer.
Maybe they'll give us 30 seconds in one of the Avengers movies to just tie that up.
Maybe. Now, was this a Hulu show or was this a WABC show? I don't remember.
Hulu.
It was Hulu. Okay. So there's still a possibility that you get a Runaways still running, or Runaways still running around.
Runaways run back home.
Yeah, Runaways run, Forest run.
So, I mean, listen, if we never get the ending told to us, I'm okay with that. It's not as bad. It's not as bad of a cliffhanger as Iron Fist season 2. That I would love to see. I was sad that that Runaways ended, but I can live with it.
Okay.
Still think it should be watched. I still think it was good. More dinosaurs, the better in Marvel. And I just think it's such a different story than what we're used to.
So
highly recommend.
Out of, you said it was not as good as season 2, which you gave a very solid 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna give season 3 a 6.5.
6.5.
Okay. Still great. So really recommend it. I also think what I enjoyed is that the parents were able to play a little more. I won't say more than that for risk of spoilers, even though statute limitations, but because I'm really pushing. I know, but because I'm really pushing for Luch to watch it, I don't want to say more than that.
Definitely on my list because, I honestly don't know a whole lot about those characters. I know even less about Cloak and Dagger, but based upon your reactions to Cloak and Dagger, I feel like I'm just not even going to attempt that one. But this one, you've given some very positive, and hey, dinosaur. I mean, I'm a big fan, so.
Listen, I would say watch season 1 of Cloak and Dagger just so you get a little bit of the taste for season 3 of Runaways.
Okay.
Because I think seeing how Cloak and Dagger came together does help with seeing how they help the Runaways in season 3.
Gotcha. Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah.
I will take it under advisement.
Elizabeth Hurley is in season 3.
Oh, really?
I didn't even mention that.
Is she really?
Yeah.
Is she still acting?
I mean, right now she's like dating Hannah Montana's dad, but I guess she was acting as of like 2019.
Speaking of which, did you see that there's a Hannah Montana reunion or whatever? There's a special. I mean, in fairness to Miley Cyrus, she's done a good job of reinventing herself.
From my understanding, she actually manifested that. Like she started like tweeting about it. Well, not tweeting, but she started like posting things about it. And the fan reaction was just so ridiculous that Disney was like, okay, like you got all these people who are down with this. Let's make it happen.
I don't understand though how they've made that happen. And the same thing hasn't happened with Buffy.
I agree.
Devastating.
But, I don't know. I agree with you.
Yeah. I was watching something interesting about Buffy. They were talking about it, and I think it's the Rest is Entertainment podcast. And they were talking about how, like, Chloe Zhao, who's just won an Oscar for Best Film, like all of these really, really super, like everything about it says it's a success. And people who've seen it have said it's really good. It's this one producer that seems to have killed it.
And that's so frustrating because it's the same thing that we say all the time. Like, one person should not make a decision. It should be the majority rule. But, like if there was 3 producers on that show or whatever, and if 2 out of 3 gave it a thumbs up, like,
are we starting a hashtag Free Buffy? Is that what we're going to do?
Free Buffy.
Right? Free
I'm not even the biggest Buffy fan, but bring on Free Buffy.
Because I mean, surely if they can pressure them into giving the Snyder cut, we could pressure this, Hulu into at least releasing the pilot and then seeing how it goes down. My understanding is that Sarah Michelle Gellar has one sentence in the entire thing right at the end of the episode. But then that's what you want.
And that's probably why it's dead. That's probably why.
Well, no, she still exec produced it. And I mean, we showed the training videos that she was going through. She was clearly getting back in shape to be Buffy.
To be Buffy.
So I suppose it makes sense that they would have somebody else come into it and then Buffy sort of show up as the mentor, the Giles-esque mentor.
Right.
But,
and because you also need to remember, we had a movie before we had the TV show. So I feel like the pilot of the reboot is kind of like the movie where you have the cheerleader or whoever she is finding out she's a Slayer, not wanting to be the Slayer. So that way, when they had the pilot of the original Buffy, you were kind of able to jump right into it, where you kind of need that slow burn for a new pilot.
Yeah.
Whereas you just hit the nail on the head for me, because my only real Buffy experience was the film. I've watched handfuls. I've watched handfuls of episodes of Buffy. I know who Angel is. I know some of the overarching themes.
Of course,
but
Luch knows who Angel is. He watched a handful of episodes of Buffy, but he's watched every episode of Angel 3 times a year.
No, I don't watch every episode of Angel. I watched like one or two. Like I've seen.
By the way, I'm now at the end of season 4 of Angel because I'm rewatching Angel as well, and I always forget how much it like jumps the shark and how horrible Joss Whedon was to Cordelia. And it's just like, why is she having like sex with a 3-year-old, not even 3-year-old, like a 2-month-old, who is like now a 18-year-old, but like she changed his diaper a month prior.
I'm really confused with that whole
Stop
sequence.
pretending you've not watched Angel.
I'm going to assume that they passed time through the baby and not Lang through time, sort of thing. That's the assumption I'm going to make.
That's basically it.
Okay, yeah. But still very lost and a little concerned.
I'm concerned, and I'm watching it. Okay. It makes me queasy.
Yeah, there we go. So.
Those character shifts in things are just wild, aren't they? Like, I've mentioned I'm watching Smallville at the moment, but there's like season 4 to season 5, Lex goes from, "Hi Clark, I want to be your best friend, please be my best friend," to, "I'm going to do everything possible to bring Clark Kent down." And there's no real explanation. There's just this sudden shift in characters. But what do we know?
I'm going to go. Who knows?
What do we know?
I mean,
anyway. Hashtag free Buffy.
Hashtag free Buffy.
There you go. Okay, now it gets to the good part.
Now it gets the end.
I'm looking forward to this. I've been waiting to discuss this with you guys for like 2 weeks. Okay, so this is my opinion. I definitely had seen Dark Phoenix before.
Okay.
No recollection of it, but as I'm watching, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember all of this. Okay, let me get it out before jumping down my throat. I don't think it was a bad movie. I think it was a horrible story. So, and this is why I'm drawing the distinction. Like, I liked the action. Like, if they all just kept their mouths shut and they weren't trying to...
If they all said nothing, it was great.
They all said nothing, and you're watching it. It's a visually stunning movie. You see, like, the love, and they're pushing like the X-Men stories forward. It's the alien, like Jean Grey story that ruins the movie. Like, if they didn't have the whole like Jessica Chastain as an alien who has this like alien like whatever in Jean Grey, and like she just became Dark Phoenix by virtue of the fact that she's been suppressed for so long, it would have been a much better movie. So I think the story needed to be scrapped, get rid of the aliens, and just have it come from within, and then still trying to push forward the X-Men relationships. It would have been a much better movie, but it's a bad story. Now discuss.
I mean, it's one of the quintessential stories of the X-Men universe. It is a cornerstone.
That's right. Yeah.
Was Jean Grey supposed to be an alien? Like, have alien, like, whatever? Or was it all internalized?
The Phoenix Force is a force that enters Jean Grey and travels through space.
Right. No, I don't like it. Get rid of that. Do it from...
So, like, you're pretty much just, like, throwing out one of the biggest X-Men storylines ever written. Like that whole Dark Phoenix arc, everything.
But no, keep the Dark Phoenix arc. Keep her as Dark Phoenix, because think about the original X-Men with what's her face? I always forget. I can't pronounce her name. Famke. Yeah. She becomes Dark Phoenix without all the alien hoopla.
Kind of.
They didn't go far enough. I think if it was just a bad story, and listen, fine, whatever. But like, not all comic books translate well to this big screen.
No, I think that is a good point.
That is exactly what I was going to say. That's the interesting point. Before you said it was, you're right. Some things don't transfer well to screen, and
some things don't
transfer. For things, Watchmen, that I think is a beautiful, brilliant film. I know lots of people really, really disliked when it came out, and it's like a shot for shot of the comic book.
No, and people's big beef with the Watchmen, especially, is the fact that they obviously changed the ending.
Mhm.
But I've read the comic book, and I think that the film ending, visually and everything else, and honestly, I think the story, finishes better as the film than the comic book or graphic novel.
Yeah.
If you want to get
But
specific, I think the film version's better.
It is interesting that that's your opinion, that the movie itself is actually all right. It's the story that brings it down. So
Yeah.
is it a case of it's a dated story? Do you know? Because you think back to the Dark Phoenix saga, that is an old story. When was that? It would have been the 90s, if not the 80s, when that originally came out.
I think late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah, so is it just something that's dated and doesn't work as well with audiences? Or is it because up until that point, we've not really dealt with aliens at all in any MCU film?
That's what I think it is. I think not even just MCU. I think the X-Men was always about mutants and mutations. And so now you're leaving that universe. And the X-Men really was a story about humanity. And now you're bringing aliens into this humanity. And that's really not what the X-Men
You're right. X-Men's always been civil rights.
Yeah.
It's always been the civil rights movement. Whatever the movement is, whether it's race, gender, whatever it is, it's always been civil rights. And you're right, in the Dark Phoenix saga, it takes you outside of that because it explores the power of one person and corruption, I suppose. But
corruption, but I think that's to a lesser extent, though. That kind of plays really much on the back burner.
But it's about the corruption of somebody so powerful. Like it's this idea that he's always known that she's so powerful and she can be, and she's always known she's so powerful, and then the Dark Phoenix Force gets hold of her and unleashes that power in a negative way.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I would have preferred if they took a little more like artistic liberty, kept it within like humanity. Sorry, no. Printer's now going off. The printer agrees with me.
If it's not a cat, it's a printer.
No, the cat is locked in the room right now.
Fair play.
So yeah, I feel like they kept a little more amongst the humans and the mutants, and even if that's why, that's how she became the Dark Phoenix, and it wasn't so much aliens. Like, leave the aliens with Tony Stark, and I don't know, keep the X-Men human.
Okay. Now I forget, Max, you may remember. This is not pre-MCU. This is still Fox entirely controls. This is pre-Fox sale.
This is all Fox controlled.
Yes,
but it is, as we've seen,
it's during the larger MCU.
What we've got at this point is the MCU is off and exploring and doing wonderful things, and Fox is basically doing everything it can to cling on to the success of the previous X-Men movies. Which to this point was Apocalypse before this or after this? Before.
Apocalypse.
I mean, we're already on a downward spiral from here.
Oh, we've been on a downward spiral,
and it's it's the slope from there.
But I think it was a big, drop off because I mean, Apocalypse isn't great, but I didn't mind Apocalypse. Because even though he was like this like god-esque whatever, he was still just a mutant. You know. So, but what do I know? I'm just watching these and giving my opinion. So,
I mean, that's
so out of
the podcast.
So out of 10.
What'd you say, Matt?
That's the whole point of the podcast.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a 4.
All right. This is actually the first one that I've rated less than you.
Well, 'cause, again, like if I'm trying to separate honestly the movie from the story because like I loved watching, her with Eric. And her with Charles, and even her with Raven, and seeing like that like destruction and the way that Beast dealt with Raven's death, but this was still his friend, and like the humanity of it is what I liked, and that's what it was missing. The story was missing humanity.
So just to put this in perspective, that means that you've rated it the same as Luke Cage season 2. Is it, Mallory, in your opinion, better or worse than Luke Cage season 2, or is it right at the same level?
No, it's right. It's at the same level.
It's better than Cloak and Dagger season 2.
Definitely
better than Elektra.
100%.
I'm better than Elektra.
No, I think Elektra's better, and as bad as that is,
and it's better than Blade. But we know that we need to put an asterisk.
That's just because of the nipples.
I was going to say we need to put an asterisk next to the 3 and say dark nipples. Just
dark
nipples.
Instead of the
dark Phoenix, better than dark nipples.
Oh my god! Moving on.
So you go from that. So what effectively the Fox is at the peak of the Fox universe, and then we have Avengers Endgame.
But basically the same.
Yeah. Oh
yeah. Sorry guys. Let me just.
I only hope it's your dad printing something off to troll you.
That would be hilarious, and also on point.
No, I think it's Robin's.
Oh.
So we went into Endgame. Okay, and so a couple weeks ago we were discussing Infinity War and Endgame, and I said my recollection was that rewatching Infinity War, I don't think it was as good rewatching it as the first time. My recollection is that Endgame was. And that is true. Endgame, I think, still holds up. You still get the goosebumps. You still get the jaw drop moments, even when you know they're coming. And it's just such a good movie. And I feel like even to this day, I'll watch it. And the moments that you still hear the audience lose their shit, even though you're watching it alone.
I caught... it's one of those films, and there are a few out there for me. Like if I see like Blues Brothers on cable, no matter where it is, I'm going to watch that movie. If I see My Cousin Vinny, I've seen it 1,000 times. No matter where it is, I'm going to watch that movie. So the same thing happened last week. I was waiting for one of my board meetings to start, and I had the cable on, and it was one of those meetings where I was just annoyed, so I was going to have something on in the background anyway, even though it was going to be on mute. Just I wanted to find something I knew, and Endgame was on cable. And I caught it right as Captain America calls and catches Mjolnir. And even though I know what's going to happen, it still gives me so much joy seeing Cap catch that hammer, and then hearing Thor say, "I knew it." Like I know the line's coming, but it doesn't matter. It still just makes me happy. Like I don't know. Captain.
So do you think Endgame is so good because it has its Empire moment? It has the ending.
Like Tony's death.
Yeah, like it has a conclusion to it and a death of characters, and it ends everything.
But it also begins stuff as well. It begins.
Shite.
Listen, there's a lot of fan service, but I think it was probably the first time. I mean, even more so than Empire, it kills off a main character.
Yeah.
And it literally ends. It does end the story, the story that it started so long ago. And I think we all need to remember that
we lose the original guys.
Yeah.
Thor's okay, other than Thor, but I mean, Iron Man dead, Cap off doing his own thing.
Retired.
Old.
And it's this thing where it's like it really does pass the mantle, pass the torch somewhat, and wraps up the story of those characters, and it does such a good job of giving everybody screen time.
Yeah, no, I really do love it, but what I wish they did, and obviously it's too late now, I wish it wasn't like a true, like literal baton pass. Like I know that in the comics, Falcon does become Cap. I get that, but I wish
people take up the Cap.
But I wish they didn't do that. I wish they just ended it. No more Cap, because it's a movie. It's not a comic book, and I think because it's a movie, you're gonna get the people that are like, well, this actor was never as good as Chris Evans, even though it is a different Cap. So I wish they kind of ended it like there's no more Cap. There was no more like the Patriot, whatever. Like I wish these kind of like he stayed as the Falcon, and that was that. And I know I haven't gotten there yet, but I know Ironheart, right? She's also kind of like a Iron Man-esque. Like there's enough um other stories that I wish that they weren't like tangenting the prior story.
I think it's important that they do that. I think it's important because that's a representation of life. You know, whether it's sports or politics or TV shows, you're always comparing somebody to who went before. Like if I said to Luch, who's the greatest Yankee of all time, you know, there would be a conversation, and then I could ask somebody else, and they'd say somebody else, and there's that element, and I think there's always going to be that, and I think that's right though, and I do think people will always go, we're old. We're always going to go the originals, right? But in about 10 years' time, there's going to be a whole younger generation who are watching a new Captain America talking about who's the best Captain America. We had a conversation.
I don't think we need it.
We had a conversation
There's
about Batman.
Other stories that need to be told.
Yeah, but those stories are, if you follow the wider MCU, not MCU, but the comic book universe as well, they are tangential stories. You know, there's this idea that Riri Williams was inspired by Iron Man, wants to fill the gap because he's no longer there, and you're right. Like when you get to Falcon and the Winter Soldier, you'll see that almost to the point where the Falcon doesn't want to be Captain America. You know, he doesn't want to have to fill those boots because he knows whatever he does isn't going to be good enough to fill those boots.
I know. I feel like, yeah.
What the MCU is missing is leadership. Iron Man and
Captain, I just feel like I hate reboots so much that I feel like they're all reboots. Like I've never been a fan of redoing something that's perfect. Yeah. Like don't redo the Ghostbusters, don't redo Indiana Jones.
Don't redo like Buffy. Oh, you got your way with that one.
No, that's not a reboot though. They're not recasting Buffy.
No, but neither are these.
I know, and I get that.
Your choice was, Mallory. You could have reboots where they recast everybody, or you can have these tangential stories.
No, I'm fine with a tangential story, but leave Cap. Like Cap had
Steve Rogers. Captain America is the end.
No. I get that. Leave Cap. You had Cap. We have other superheroes who we have not had.
I'm with Mallory. Actually, I've listened to what you're saying and I've thought about it, and I am entirely with you. Give us Heroes for Hire.
No, fine. No, I'm down for Heroes for Hire. I am, but do not recast
Heroes for Hire.
No, but do not recast Luke Cage and Iron Fist. Okay. I'm down for Heroes for Hire with those actors. If you're recasting it, I'm not down. Give us the stories we haven't already had. And I get that it's a different Cap. I get that. I understand that. But I think as a society, we're all dumb, and you gotta just leave the story. Like you had the Steve Rogers Cap. You don't get a second Cap. Sorry.
No, that's right.
Tell me a different story.
No, I get it. I totally understand what you're saying.
I have a caveat.
What's the caveat about the Captain America?
The caveat is different universes. Oh, so which is why I'm fine with the whole Into the Spider-Verse thing, because it's a different universe. Even though it's the Miles Morales Spider-Man, it's a different universe than the Peter Parker Spider-Man.
See, that's where I think we're gonna go. If I can make that bold prediction right now, I think that Secret Wars is what kills the 616 universe, and we're going to start a brand new one. Insert digits of numbers for that universe, and that's where we're going to get the full and proper reboot of the whole thing.
And we got that sort of with Doctor Strange, where the end of Doctor Strange, we get the incursion.
Right.
You know, we're starting to see that these worlds are starting to collide, and we're going to get something way.
So that's what I think. I think to open it up, to your point, Mal, I think that's what's going to do it. I think that's what's.
I'm fine with that.
And for all we know, Chris Evans as Steve Rogers is part of the reason why these incursions are existing, because of his time with Peggy Carter.
Because he's living outside of his timeline.
Yeah.
So I have a question though, about the whole him going back in time and living with Peggy, and they all live happily ever after. Because obviously I've been watching everything. I watched Agent Carter. What happened to poor Agent Sousa? Like him and Peggy, like were kind of in love.
We never find out, because
No, we don't. Yeah.
when Cap goes back, it's post that, is it not?
Mm-hmm. It is, but what?
Because it's the 50s he goes back to, like early 50s, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Mm. Okay, so I want to see a score. I want to see a score for Endgame.
Give me a score, Mal. Give me a score.
9.5.
Yeah. Max, can you update that? Because I don't want to have too many windows open at once, because that's what seems to make this computer crap out.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Sorry, I've just written that into Venom 3, and that's definitely not the case.
I mean, did we go over all the things that make me cry? Was that part 1 of Did It Make Mallory Cry?
I mean,
I feel like it was part 1 of. Now I have to go back into my notebook where I wrote down all the things that I got, all the ones I lost.
Yeah.
So for me, the Mjolnir moment with Cap is a moment that brings a tear to my eye. The on your left.
What about
on your left?
Oh God, yes, the on your left. Oh, amazing.
Even now,
it doesn't make me cry, but it makes me verklempt.
Yeah,
verklempt.
No, I'm looking at my list of Did It Make Me Cry. I had. Oh no, I do. It does make me cry. I do have Endgame in part 1. I have Infinity War in part 2.
Okay. We'll need to get back to playing that one day.
We'll get there.
We'll need to get back to playing it one day.
Yes.
I have to add more.
Okay.
It's too short.
And then, so to finish it all off, you had the Black Widow credit scene.
Mm-hmm. So as a reminder, it is Yelena visiting the grave of Natasha, and Julie Louis-Dreyfus stops by, saying she has a job for her.
De La Fontaine.
What?
De La Fontaine.
Yeah. I listen. It makes sense. I think the stark contrast for me, kind of going back to back with Endgame, was how we didn't actually really get the same closure for ScarJo as we did for Tony Stark. Like, he got a funeral, and she didn't. And like it said in this end credit scene that it's like a grave in the Midwest. And it's like it's in a cemetery. She's not alone, and there's like plenty of stuffed animals and cards and whatever. But
you don't get that moment. She doesn't get that send off moment.
And I mean, that's where the timelines get iffy as well, because obviously the Black Widow movie was made after Endgame.
After Endgame,
yeah.
So it's one of those moments where it was like almost a bit of fan service. And would she have got a better send off had it not been for a global pandemic and it being released straight to Disney Plus? Because that was a significant factor in it as well. Was it never got the cinema release that it probably would have got?
No, you're true.
But why couldn't the funeral have been both for Tony and for Nat?
I mean, I think that's a good point. I mean, they were two of the founding members of the Avengers, and the only two who fell.
Yeah.
In that final battle. So I mean, I'm in agreement with the exception. I guess the only thing the only exception could be that funeral or that memorial service, I guess it would have really was at Tony's house at the end of Endgame. That's the only, but still, I mean, she's been involved with the Avengers in one way or another since
we can debate this all we want, but we know the truth. It's because she's a woman.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's wrong, but yeah, it's
because she's a woman. Simple as. Get over it, Mallory. Just because you're a woman.
Shit.
Rude.
You better be happy you're a couple thousand miles away, Chief.
No, and I think that it was that moment where the way she died, she didn't get her heroic moment.
Yeah.
You know, Tony got his moment and then got a second moment after it. She didn't. She
I
just got
mean, to
a
be
moment,
fair,
and it was like, boom, moment's on, past. Because
that's true, because the moment that she does her big thing, it's like fade to black. Hawkeye wakes up in that weird shallow pool with the stone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what I also thought, I never really clocked it until I was rewatching it this time, is you can see how not desperate. Desperate's not the right word. It's the opposite of desperate. It's essentially that Clint doesn't believe this is going to happen.
Yeah.
Because if he believed that this would work, he would not have wanted to sacrifice himself. He was doing all of this for his family. So if he had any inkling or any sort of belief that this would work, he wouldn't have wanted to sacrifice himself, even for Nat.
No, I disagree. I think
their
Nat,
relationship
would sacrifice himself.
Yeah.
Nat and his family. But I think at this point he's like, my family's gone.
So Nat's all I have.
Yeah.
So I don't want her. I want her to survive. And I think he knows that if he didn't, that she would make sure that his family's taken care of.
Okay, fair. I just felt like it seemed a little like it showed how depressy he was.
Yeah. But I mean, he had just come back from being Ronin. He'd just been on a massive murder spree.
Like, at this point, though, let's be real. At this point, he is very much still Ronin. He is not Hawkeye anymore. He does not really emerge as Hawkeye until post-snap.
I think there's that element of that in his why he wants to do it as well. He doesn't feel...
He doesn't feel like he's himself anymore. He doesn't feel like Clint Barton Hawkeye. Yeah. He feels like the vigilante Ronin.
Yeah.
Can we also start like a petition for Jeremy Renner to only have a mohawk?
I'd start a petition just to get Jeremy Renner back for Hawkeye season 2 because I just want Hawkeye season 2.
Yeah,
I know, he's so good.
Yeah,
he's so funny. Like, you always forget how funny like Hawkeye is, Clint is.
Yeah.
And then he says these one-off lines, or even just like his mannerisms. Yeah. Like, he is like of that 6, he's the comic relief, which is funny because that's not. Like,
I mean, if you look at his history, comic book wise, he grew up in the circus.
It's true.
So, I mean, he is the clown.
Who knew? Not me.
Okay, what would you give it as a score? The Black Widow credit scene only.
Oh, am I really scoring the credit scenes?
You have to.
I don't know. It's a credit scene of 5. I don't know.
5 it is.
I was giving those on the list. Just whatever score I gave the movie is what I usually was giving the.
So what did you
actually
give?
No wait.
I gave Black Widow.
I loved Black Widow. I thought that was a great movie. I think I gave Black Widow the movie like an 8. I really enjoyed it.
I liked the movie.
I really enjoyed it. I think her relationship.
6.5.
I still like it.
6.5 is you liking a movie?
I don't like it.
Wow, we have different. Yeah, we have different scale. You're tougher than me in a lot of ways. I feel like.
Yeah,
I feel like me liking the movie.
You have bad taste because you like Luke Cage.
Oh my god! Come on. You won't be saying that when we get Heroes for Hire. Damn it.
Different chemistry.
I agree. Listen, the chemistry is better with the 2 of them. I completely agree with you.
As long as Heroes for Hire doesn't have 3 different bad guys in a 13 episode arc, and
I'm not sure how Mallory's going to feel about Daredevil.
Oh, I don't know either.
Oh, there we go. You
guys don't get that kind of service,
no,
do you?
No, not at all.
You should.
One day, I'll train Gemma.
Well, Molly is old enough to mix the cocktail, isn't she?
I wish. That's a good skill to learn, though.
It's a very important life skill, yes.
Maybe I'll teach you to be a barista first. Less of a legal grey area there.
But what are you looking forward to me seeing, or not looking forward to me seeing?
Daredevil, Born Again.
I'm so far away.
I mean, it's got about 16 different villains, isn't it?
Okay, but like, is it as poorly written as Luke Cage?
No.
So as a natural segue, obviously Daredevil season 2 episode 1 dropped last week. We were talking the week before about how many episodes, what's going to happen with them. It is an episode per week, which is brutal. What do they think this is? The 90s, and I have to watch it on TV. Like you've given us streaming, you've given us this binge watching, and now you've taken it all away from us because you want to drag things out. But as a lip service to that, I did go back started on my flight back from Lanzarote, watching the Daredevil season 1, Born Again season 1, which is technically season 4. But anyway, and I've got to say, I absolutely loved it. Again, I just loved that season. Like this.
See, that's where you and I disagree.
Okay.
That's where you and I disagree, because I don't think, as a Daredevil show, that season 1 was really a Daredevil show, other than the first 5 minutes and the last episode or 2. Okay. That's my. Yeah, I do think that show has one of the best scenes of any Marvel show that I have watched. And I won't go into the details as what is discussed, but the scene between Frank and Matt at Frank's place of employment is by far one of the best back and forths scenes that I've ever seen in Marvel TV. Maybe it could be a top 10 just TV for me as a personal person.
Is Daredevil Born Again a true continuation of the Netflix show?
Yes, it is. The Netflix is 100% canon to this show.
Yeah,
right. But is it does it pick up where it let off, or
it's probably a few years later?
Canon?
Okay. It's probably a few years later, I would say.
Yeah, it absolutely is, because
definitely a few.
You've seen the Hawkeye TV show, so the events of Hawkeye, the TV show, are a precursor to what happens in
Born Again.
Born Again.
So I'm not asking for any specifics, but do they at least explain how Kingpin's out of prison?
Kind of.
Because Daredevil
no, it does. Yeah, it does. It does.
It does. Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Okay.
It does.
That would annoy me. That's the stuff that annoys me.
Yeah, no, it definitely does. It definitely does.
And there's lots of things happening, and I disagree with Luch in that we only see a Daredevil TV show. But you are right; it's Matt Murdock heavy.
It's I feel like it should have been Matt Murdock Born Again.
Yeah, but I mean, it's called Born Again because events take place.
I get the symmetry, not symmetry is a wrong word.
It's almost like the character dies and then is born again. Crazy.
But is it crazy though?
It is crazy. It is crazy.
Okay. So I will say, last weekend I was in Hell's Kitchen for a friend's birthday, and looking around, it's all the gay bars, and I'm like, where's Matt Murdock?
So that was in one of the comic books where somebody had said it's the idea, and it's after Devil's Reign, and Matt Murdock's on the run, and he makes his way out to San Francisco, but before he leaves, Foggy stands with him, and they're across the water looking at Manhattan, and he says to him, he goes, all I ever wanted to do was save Hell's Kitchen, and he's like, have you seen Hell's Kitchen recently? He's like, you did it, and he's like, the only people that wear leather in Hell's Kitchen these days are the gays.
Yeah, he's standing in Jersey City, isn't he? He's across.
He's just looking across the water, and it's brilliant because you're like, "Oh my god!" I remember that book. He's so right, because it is one of those panels where you just nailed it.
I literally have that image of the comic in my head right now. Yeah.
So that's the issue. I had some issues with it rewatching it. So first off, I totally didn't get that there's a character who's Kingpin's new personal assistant.
Yeah, his new Wesley.
Yeah. Is a supervillain in the Marvel comic books.
Yeah.
So he's got his own moniker. It's all right, Mallory. None of this is really spoilery. There's a police officer called Cole North, who in the comic books is very similar, even looks similar, but the difference is he is anti everything he becomes in this.
Mm-hmm.
And that bothers me because actually he's a representation of like good people working in the police and doing a good job, whereas they've just taken the character and they've stuck his name on him, and then you just see him take it in a totally different tangent, and that's frustrating someone. But yeah, you know, I watched it back and I loved it. I still love it. Episode 5. Episode 5.
Oh, that one. I know what you're talking about. That's the in the bank.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
brilliant.
Brilliant.
And it's a one-off episode that just happens.
It's perfect.
But it also shows Matt what he needs to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he has a pep talk from the least expected person you could imagine.
Listen, there are great bits in that show. There are great Matt bits. There are great Daredevil bits. There are great bits throughout it. But it took a lot for me to be okay with how that show started and then how it ended. And that's all I'll say on it. I think it's a little jarring at the beginning.
Yeah.
And things kind of even out-ish, towards the end. I was still looking forward to season 2, which have you watched the first drop?
Yeah.
I will say phenomenal television. Really, really great.
So good.
Right into all of the fun and how season 1 ended, which I did enjoy. Even if I didn't enjoy everything about the first season, I did enjoy kind of how it ended, and then jumping right back into where things are. I mean, 2 big thumbs up from this guy.
I am all about it. It starts very Batman.
Yes. Oh God. So much so.
It's very Batman. And
Daredevil is Marvel's Batman.
Yeah,
like it's except for he's poor. Yeah, like that's the only difference.
It starts that way, doesn't it? Like that whole scene is brilliant. Yeah. I love the way as well. There's a ship in it, and I love the way that it basically plays into what happened in Baltimore.
Yeah.
Like, they basically take what happened in Baltimore and move it to New York, and you're like, oh, edgy. But I mean, they've sort of done that with the AV.
The AAV? Or
AVTS. TF.
AVTS, yes.
Is
the anti-vigilante task force or something?
Yeah, and they did that in advance of what a certain Cheeto has done.
True, because they filmed this a while ago.
So maybe he's watched this and gone, I want to do that. That's what I want.
That is not what we want to see. I do. There are certain things I'd love to see brought from the TV into real life, like the Star Trek replicator or the hoverboard from Back to the Future. That is not one of the things I want. But
hey,
there we are.
There we go. But no, I watched the first episode this morning and loved it. Absolutely loved it. Right in at the deep end. Was disappointed it was so short. Loved the way it ended.
Actually, I was, because it was almost 50 minutes.
Yeah, but I mean, that was a shorter episode in the last season. You could have given me 2.5 hours of that.
Oh yeah, I would have consumed. Yeah,
I mean, Stranger Things has set the bar there.
They did.
That was a thought I had when we were talking about Endgame. So we're tangenting, but we're tangenting back, right? The deaths in Endgame give it weight.
Yes.
The lack of deaths in Stranger Things, statute of limitations and all that, takes away.
I mean, listen, I agree, and that's why, not to rehash from episodes ago, that's why I was annoyed with 11.
Yeah.
Don't
they sort of dangled it and took it away. Whereas at least in Endgame they committed Black Widow is gone.
Yeah. And they also committed that the Tony Stark we know and love is gone.
Yeah. Okay. So that was Daredevil. We're going to try something different for a change now. What we're going to do is I am going to send you guys a link to...
Hey, I was just touching base to see when you think you might be coming back. You know, I'm just worried that you're not going to find your stride here if you keep going off-world all the time, Kara. I'm worried you're not going to find your people.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, Clark. I have no people. Oh, miss wherever you are, buddy.
As I walk this land of road,
Crypto and I at least had each other.
I have visions of
Honestly, I thought we were lucky. But luck, almost by definition, runs out. What can I do?
The Brickens carry the antidote on that person. He has 3 days.
You cannot give up on me.
It's the crime of the Yellow Hills. He murdered my innocent family.
Just do what I say. And don't die. This does not look like this is gonna end well. For you guys.
Stop. You're hurting my head.
now what becomes of the broken-hearted, who I love has now departed.
Revenge. It won't take your pain away.
Your eyes are beautiful when you cry. A lot of pain, huh? A lot of suffering.
There's no home without you, buddy.
Aren't you the ditz from that dive bar?
Funny. That's what I've been calling you.
Touche.
Well,
So is this just DC's version of John Wick?
Okay, that's the direction. Okay.
okay.
What do we think?
I mean, it is. Yeah, it's Guardians of the Galaxy mixed with John Wick.
I
don't
just
hate it. I'm into it.
I'm into it. I'm totally into it. But I just got Guardians feels. I felt after the first
100%.
trailer, I got Guardians feels, and then I've
I
watched
agree.
this, and I mean the bad guys are almost like
Yeah,
true. They look everything. They look. They feel.
it's
It
the
looks
it's,
like
it's the Ravagers.
yeah.
is
It
what
looks
is.
like it would fit in the Guardians of the Galaxy universe.
The only thing that doesn't is she's Supergirl instead of Captain Marvel or something like that. But I mean, listen, she's going after to save her dog. Hell yeah, Crypto, save Crypto, damn it! And I will go on the record and say, Jason Momoa as Lobo, hell yes.
We always knew that, right? We always
Yeah,
knew.
we knew that.
Like he wanted to be Lobo.
So different.
Yeah,
Sorry?
So different from Aquaman.
And he wanted Lobo before Aquaman.
he wanted Lobo
He
forever.
wanted Lobo,
Yeah,
So my fear, and it looks good, but because it's DC and DC likes to build us up to knock us down real hard,
You're
is
not
that
wrong.
that was the best of the movie, and I hope it's not. I'm actually hoping that Guardian feel is the almost like the reset of the DC. universe.
Like I said, I'm cautiously optimistic because I do think that the new Superman was overall pretty good. It wasn't mind blowing. It wasn't, revolutionary.
You liked it just because Nathan Fillion was in it.
Actually, not. I actually did not like. I don't like Guy Gardner. I think Guy Gardner's a dick. But I mean, that's the character. Like he is doing a good job as the character. But
And that
I don't just like stuff because of
That
Nathan
haircut.
Fillion. I've seen all of 3 episodes of Castle in my life. I've seen maybe 1 episode of The Rookie. I don't watch everything just because Nathan's in it.
Shocked.
I know you might be. It's true. It is fully accurate. But
meanwhile, he's seen Moana, Zootopia. He's seen all because Alan Tudyk's in them.
The man of 1,000 voices, absolutely.
You know what? Maybe the Guardians feel is what the DC universe needs.
I think
Maybe.
Because they've for so long been trying to be in their
Serious.
own sandbox
Yeah.
with no, like, trying to keep themselves so separate from Marvel. It hasn't worked. And so maybe you need some of that, like, the warmth of Marvel, which you get from the Guardians movies, and just to bring people back in so that then you are able to then go off and do something a little different.
I mean, so the problem that they've always had in the DC universe is they've tried to keep the tone. Like, their tone's not really shifted between Batman and Superman and Aquaman and Wonder Woman. The tone never shifted for the characters. And at least what you can see here is this is a different tone to what Superman was. Superman
Agreed.
was light and bright and colourful. And it was what Superman should be, the shining light, the hope, the goodness of everything. And this feels like she's jaded, she's frustrated, she's Peter Quill.
She feels
a
alone.
teenage
Yeah,
girl.
She feels alone.
Yeah, and she's Peter Quill, and somebody's hurt a dog.
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, I'd kill somebody for hurting my dog or Chester.
Yeah.
But my only question is, she gets her powers from Earth's yellow sun. One would presume any yellow sun would give her abilities. So the places where she's going, she's getting that yellow sun energy.
Superman flies through space regularly. I suppose
That's
as long
true.
as they go back and recharge.
That's true. That's true.
But you're right. A yellow sun's a yellow.
I'm not going to poke holes. I'm just,
Yeah. A yellow sun's a yellow sun. That would be my thoughts on it.
Yeah.
We'll see. I'll probably watch it at home, not at theaters. But listen, my fear is that the trailer was the best of it.
Yeah. So I'm with you, Mal. For me, DC needs to give me 2 better than average movies in a row before I'll consider paying money at the cinema. I watched Superman at home. Granted, I did pay for it because I didn't want to wait. So I paid for it when it was like, I didn't want to wait like the month and a half until it came out on HBO. So I did pay for it, but I paid, I think, like $10 for it. And like, I was good paying that. I wasn't good paying $40. If Supergirl's good, maybe they'll get me back in the cinema. I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, I think, there was something else came out. There was about 4 films came out within the space of 2 months. So I went to Odeon and just subscribed to a 3-month, £12 a month pass and watched all the films I wanted to watch. Watched about 5 films in 2 months. And then I was like, yeah, I made my money. We're good.
To be fair, I could also be convinced just from movie theater popcorn.
Well, there is that. There is that. Okay, so that was our first one. Now we're going with Spider-Man, Brand New Day.
Which I haven't
Luch
seen.
has seen.
Also,
that I have seen, so this is really for Mallory.
Yeah.
So we talked about this before we started, but I feel like for our 3 shower listeners, we should also make it clear that I don't watch trailers because I hate spoilers.
Now wait, I'm going to put something out there live that we talked about this. Now, Mallory broke her rule for It's Something DC. Do we want to force her to break her rule for Marvel?
It's okay.
She is going through the madness. I'm putting the option out there that
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Fair.
She did break her rule, and since DC is not any of our go-tos, do we want to force Mallory?
I mean,
I will say I'm okay with it. It's not like Star Wars Episode 7, where like when that was coming out, I did like a full media blackout. Like I would leave a room. So like, and I would like close out of my Facebook. I'd make sure I like avoided all spoilers at all costs. And like, look what it got me. Like nothing.
I've got a former colleague Alan, who used to do like a 90-day rule. So 90 days before release, where they start dropping TV spots and all of this, he'd be like, I'm out, media blackout from this point forward until I've watched the movie.
Yeah, and that's what I did for Star Wars 7, and it was garbage. But but
made you cry. Still made you cry.
I was out with you. I not cry. I did cry in episode 7, but it's only because my boyfriend died.
Made you cry.
I only cried. Shut up.
Okay. So are you doing it?
So I'm okay. I appreciate it, Luch, but if you guys want me to watch it, I will. I'm not actively avoiding it. I will say that. I just go out of my way to watch it.
Okay.
So I will do it for you
This
guys.
probably asks more questions and gives less away than
for the boys.
The Supergirl trailer.
I agree.
So I'll do it. So I'll do it. I'll watch
questions than it answers.
Yeah.
I'll watch it. Just for you boys. Don't say I don't do anything for you.
I gave you the option.
No, you're a good friend, Luch. All right, which trailer? Is there only one
Brand
trailer?
New Day.
No. But is there only been one Brand New Day trailer?
Yeah, official.
Okay. No, I'm watching it from
It released
13 days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't believe our first hit MIT. MJ, come on, pretend like you're not the happiest you've ever been in your entire life.
I can't.
I knew it.
Hi, my name is Peter Parker. You don't remember me, but we used to know each other. Something bad was going to happen, and the only way to stop it was to make everyone forget about me. Because I'm not just Peter Parker. I'm Spider-Man.
The hell, Frank? You just hit me with a van!
Quit your whimpering. Suit yourself. Mother.
Go home! And sometimes Spider-Man has to do the hard thing, even if it breaks Peter Parker's heart. What is happening to me? Oh, God. Excuse me, Dr. Banner. I need your help.
What did you say your name was? If DNA is mutating, it would be enormously dangerous.
Spiders have 3 life cycles. When between cycles, it can leave the spider vulnerable to threats.
We are faced with a danger that we can't control. One we can't even see.
Stay out of my way.
You're losing it, kid.
And for those spiders who make it through, it amounts to a kind of rebirth.
Nice flowers.
Oh, they're a housewarming gift.
I'm MJ.
I'm just a neighbor from across the hall.
Friendly neighbor.
I have questions. I was crying watching the trailer.
I literally wrote, I thought you were going to cry.
I thought I was going to cry too.
Oh, we've lost Luch again. Okay, so a trailer nearly made you cry.
Yeah, you got verklempt. You got verklempt.
I got verklempt. And it was just at the end when he said that when Zendaya said that he was a friendly neighbor.
That's what got you verklempt.
Oh no,
the friendly neighbor.
You missed the start of it. She was nearly in tears in the first 3 minutes of it. Where the first 3 seconds.
It's only a 3-minute
I was
trailer.
gonna say the first 3 seconds of it. I meant where he's sitting watching them arrive at MIT.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, I have a question though, and obviously you guys don't have the answer to it. But how is Bruce Banner not Smart Hulk?
It's got the wristband on.
It's got the wristband, yeah.
Where do we learn about that?
It's in the comic books, but the idea behind Smart Hulk is it not that he can just interchange between them anyway. He's not stuck as Smart Hulk. He can.
I thought he was stuck.
No.
If he wasn't stuck, why was he like that the entirety of Endgame?
Because he needed his strength to be able to build the machines.
Yeah.
But when he's just walking around eating tacos, I feel like Bruce Banner would have been better than Smart Hulk eating tacos.
Maybe but there's definitely a wristband. There's a wristband that takes place.
Well, I think he might develop
a power inhibitor.
He probably develops a wristband off screen.
Yeah.
Because I don't remember, because he definitely did not have it during Endgame or during She-Hulk, if memory serves.
No, that's what I was thinking. So I don't remember him ever being.
He must develop the inhibitor chip or whatever.
And it'll be something. I'm sure it'll get explained. It'll be something to do.
Oh yeah, it definitely will get explained.
Yeah.
So I'm very much looking forward, though, based on that trailer, to the Peter Parker, Frank Castle, daddy-son relationship, because that's what I said I wanted. I told you guys that.
You did say that.
Season 2, it's what I wanted, and you could see it's happening. I love it.
I'm not sure it is. I'm sure that's pretty much what we're going to get Punisher.
No, I'm gonna love it. I love it. I want them to be, kiss on the mouth. I love it.
I don't know if Frank's gonna do that, but
he'll do it. Okay. Was Daredevil? Not Daredevil. Was Deadpool in that trailer?
No.
There was somebody that looked like Shaggy Deadpool.
Shaggy, like Scooby and Shaggy?
No, like Shaggy.
Oh.
Like
okay. There's multiple villains in the trailer. So we get Scorpion, Boomerang, Tarantula. It's Tombstone. The actor who says Tombstone does the talk about how a spider has 3 cycles.
Mm-hmm.
So he's the actor playing Tombstone. We see the Hand.
Yes, we definitely see the
Hand.
From Daredevil.
Iron.
And that scene with the Hand where they're jumping next to a building, that clip has been the one that's caused the most conversation online.
Oh yeah.
Because people are pointing at eye lines and pointing at have Marvel edited out other people in that shot, which they have done previously.
Which they've done before.
Yeah.
And so the argument is Hulk and Daredevil in that, because the Hand are predominantly a Daredevil villain.
Mm-hmm.
They're also an Iron Fist villain.
Well, you're right.
It could. Yeah, I mean that could be a Danny Rand Daredevil for all we know. I mean,
could be
Heroes for Hire.
It could be Heroes for Hire.
It could be Heroes for Hire. And for all we know, one of them is Luke Cage. We don't know.
I do think what we see is a lot of villains, and I think we're going to get a sort of montage at the start, which shows what he's been doing in the time between.
I agree.
And that's where we're going to get Scorpion, Boomerang, Tarantula, possibly the Hand. I don't know.
The Hand might be the big bad. Really,
could be interesting.
But you know what? Could it really be Daredevil? Because obviously Matt Murdock was in the most recent Spider-Man, so he knows Peter Parker Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm. And obviously he doesn't though.
Oh, he doesn't. You're right. He doesn't now.
No. But that's what I'm saying. So now he doesn't. Yeah. So I think if Doctor Strange hadn't stranged everybody, I would be like, yep, definitely Matt Murdock, definitely Daredevil. But now that he's forgotten,
so there's stuff that takes place in Daredevil that takes place specifically in New York City. That means a lot of the vigilantes might be working together. So, and that's what I was going to say to Luch, is the vehicles in that fight scene look like repurposed AVTF.
Yeah, I clocked the exact same thing because I rewatched the trailer after I watched the first episode of season 2.
Yeah,
and I tend to agree with you. I think it's the exact same thing.
So we're seeing that, and obviously then the big bad is potentially Sadie Sink.
Which would be interesting because we all had her clocked as
Jean Grey,
Jean Grey,
or
Spider-Gwen.
Still, the argument is still that there's potential that she is young Jean Grey, and that what we're seeing is her manipulate people through mind control. So the part where he opens the truck and there's the woman inside, and then she flips her head back and it goes to the guy, and then it jumps to another guy. So the argument there is that that's what they're saying is it's potentially her. If it is her, did we all see Rogue on the bus?
Yeah. I did.
Was that who that was? I thought it was weird. There was some
if they're giving us Jean Grey,
They have to be given us rope.
Distinct hairstyle.
Yeah,
That's
very
true.
distinct hairstyle with that piece of, with the white streak.
So
maybe we'll get a non-alien Dark Phoenix.
maybe not.
Maybe.
I mean, the MCU has already established aliens, so it would be okay for them to go that route.
No, and so have Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and so,
What I did notice, and this is one for Luch more so, is who's handing him the key to the city.
Well, it's clearly not somebody.
It's clearly that somebody's number one.
It's not Kingpin. I know Kingpin's the mayor because they announced it at Comic-Con.
Yeah. So the Kingpin isn't the person that's handing it over, but the person that is handing it over is the Kingpin's chief of communications or chief of.
That's right. Oh yes, you're right. Yes.
She's in Daredevil a lot alongside Kingpin. So it's definitely an interesting thing there. And that was part of the conversation I've seen online as well, where people are like, is that a spoiler? Do we know what happens at the end of Daredevil? And I was like, actually, no, because if she's still involved...
Yeah, she still very well could be.
Is it just her that's handing it over? Because Fisk is busy.
I will also say, Marvel, I mean, I know it's not Marvel, I know it's Sony, but Marvel does do a good job of putting out fake scenes in trailers.
Yeah.
Where and obviously we know Sony does that because they did the same thing with the last Spider-Man trailer. So also very possible the one with, because the other boys weren't in, even though there was a scene in the trailer that the boys were in that they weren't in the trailer. So maybe it's not really her in the movie.
Maybe.
Who knows? Not
but
us.
As we said here, it asks a lot of questions.
Yeah,
it asks a lot of questions.
It does make me excited.
Okay, so we're going to wrap up very quickly here because some of us still have a work day to do. Not me, just so we're clear.
Not me. I started drinking.
The Burbs. You said you wanted to mention the Burbs.
It's just all I wanted to say is that I really enjoyed it. It's a fun watch, dark humor. You do not need to watch the movie to enjoy
that wasn't
the show.
my next question.
Nope. They are not related, but it does pay homage. So you do not need to watch it. But I really enjoyed it. I got my parents into it. They're like 5 episodes in. Jack Whitehall's amazing. Keke Palmer's amazing. And as somebody that hates when things are so obvious that I guess it too quickly and then I spoiler myself, I like that it keeps you guessing. And everything you think you know, you don't know.
There you go. Much like the Spider-Man trailer.
It's so fuck left.
Well, that was not...
And that's that.
Sorry?
And that's that.
I was going to say, that's episode 35 of Not Quite Nerds.
36? No, 35, you're right.
35. We are 2 episodes away from...
37! Now, I'm assuming...
I think we should make that a Kevin Smith special, right?
We have to.
Of course, have to.
Cool. Well, now you know, guys.
We're dedicated all to Tusk. Why is Tusk so underrated?
Whoa. You're missing out Red State.
You were definitely missing out Red State.
I mean, Tusk and Red State are there with the underratedness, right?
Oh, yeah.
If we're going to do those two, I haven't got a third hand, but you need to throw Cop Out right there in the middle as well.
No, you do not need to throw that in there. You do not need to throw that in there.
Okay, so anyway, we'll see you again for next week's episode, which will be 36, which won't be about Kevin Smith. And then we'll see you for episode 37, which will be... heavy.
All Tusk all the time.
All Tusk all the time. Sounds like Mallory's weekend. And on that note... Thanks for listening. Please like and subscribe. Review us everywhere. And if you think we're bullying Mallory, please rate comments and let us know that we're bullying Mallory. Because otherwise, we wouldn't be doing the podcast right.
True. And...